One of the reasons, guys, I feel much more confident about the election this time around than 2020, it definitely seems like the GOP is definitely on top of it when it comes to fraudulent votes. In 2020, guys, the Democrats pulled everything out of their hats, guys. But in 2024, the Republicans are definitely jumping on the Democrats and catching fraudulent votes before they actually get counted. And I also do believe they already caught one person that was in illegal voting, but apparently that vote still counts and it shouldn't. I don't remember which state it was. I just heard it today. They said they couldn't get rid of that vote. They should. But last week, guys, we got the news that 2,500 mail-in ballots were probably fraudulent. Well, we got an update, guys. We have an update. And my take on mail-in ballots, guys, is unless you're in the military or you really can't move or something like that, but you have to be mentally capable, those are the only people that should actually be voting by mail. And also if you live overseas. But I even did a video on that where apparently the Democrats are actually sending out more mail-in ballots for people that live overseas than the number of people actually living overseas. Yeah, I just don't believe in voting by mail, guys. I don't. But we need to go over this update on these 2,500 ballots. And folks, this is shocking, man. This is scary. Okay? But I'm glad, man, that they actually caught this in time. Look at this here. Painstaking process. Pennsylvania County gives update on probe of suspicious batch of voter forms. Wow. Let's read this, guys. The chair of a Pennsylvania County election board updated voters Monday on the status of 2,500 voter registration and mail-in ballot applications. So it's not the actual votes. These were the applications. But still, if they just went through, the ballots would have actually went out, and then that vote would have been cast more than likely. But anyway, goes on, it says applications that have been flagged last month as potentially fraudulent and prompted a county and statewide investigation in the crucial swing state. Folks, we've been saying it before, man. Pennsylvania is key. It's key, man. If Trump wins Pennsylvania, it is game over. Check this out. Speaking at a press conference, Lancaster County Commissioner Ray D'Agostino said that of the 2,500 registration and mail-in ballot applications that have been flagged as suspicious, a 57% majority have been confirmed as valid. Guys, that's scary right there. Only 57% were valid. 17% were confirmed to be fraudulent. Folks, if 17% of the ballots, mail-in ballots throughout the country were fraudulent, that would actually change an election. This is scary. But it goes on here. It says the remaining 26% of voter registration applications and mail-in ballot applications are either incomplete or unverified, he said, and remain under investigation. Guys, so that's almost 40% of these ballots, actually over 40%, 43% of these ballots are fraudulent or can't be verified. That is terrifying, guys. Quote, those other two buckets, and it jumped on me there. Quote, those other two buckets are going to change. Quite frankly, based on the continuing investigation, D'Agostino said of the remaining applications, noting that the process of vetting the applications is a painstaking process. Guys, I'm going to tell you guys again, vote in person. Early voting was going on, guys. I went day number 1 out here in Texas. I will never, ever, ever vote by mail. And folks, you got to make sure when you come out of that booth, man, that nothing flips. We've actually heard stories about your vote getting flipped when you actually print out the ballot. Heard about that because out here in Texas, we do it through this machine, and then it actually prints out. Verify that it didn't flip. Okay, you need to do that. Vote in person. Wow. We need to do something about mail-in ballots, guys. We really, really do. But it's a state-by-state thing. But guys, also remember, man, in California, man, the reason why California is a one-party state, you can't even ask for ID. I know we're talking about Pennsylvania, but still, in California, you cannot ask a person for their ID to vote. So pretty much, guys, anyone can vote in California. Illegal, if you're just ineligible, you can be a citizen, but still ineligible to vote. Let's say you're a criminal. They don't care. That is why Kamala Harris is probably going to win California by 20 plus points. That is crazy. But he goes on here. It says they noted that the forms in question either had false names, duplicative handwriting, or unverifiable or incorrect identifying information. Both the local DA's office and Lancaster County Board of Elections have since been working to review and vet the applications. County election officials also immediately notified the Pennsylvania Department of State and the State Attorney General's office last month for further investigation. D'Agostino declined to comment further on the status of those investigations Monday, though he told reporters that any individuals whose applications were potentially impacted as a result of the probe have been notified by the county. The applications in question are not limited to a single party and were collected across various spots across Lancaster County last month. Man, this is terrifying, guys. This is terrifying. This is one way that Trump could actually lose. That's why I say, man, it's looking very, very good for Trump. Don't get overconfident. And we actually really starting to catch a lot of the potential fraud before it happens. That's a good thing. That was not going on in 2020. Also, mail-in ballot applications are still down. However, guys, it's still going to be a ton of people voting in this election. I don't think it's going to reach 2020 levels. I was actually watching the local news here, and it was actually showing the early voting turnout. It's high, not as much as 2020. I believe it's like 30 million less people voting early than in 2020. But still, man, it's still going to be a ton of people and votes. There better be a president on election night or people are really, really going to be upset. What happened in 2020 cannot happen again. We must have the results on election night. Pennsylvania. Remember, they actually came out months ago and said, oh, it's going to take us a few days. No. Count every vote on election night. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.